everyone for joining us today. It's really a pleasure. Thank you, Sony sir. Thank you, Balakrishnan sir, and thank you, Jobin sir. So let's start with because I understand having such an experience or an expertise in the industry or for the years, the entire audience is like looking forward to what's coming next, what's beyond, what's beyond the obvious. So let me start with one single theme that is beyond is a keyword here. So what do you think the entire technology landscape of Kerala will bring in the future, in the beyond? I will start with Soni sir.
Kerala is in a sweet spot in some ways. Generally, we discuss a lot about the challenges that Kerala has as a state because of the fact that its geography is peculiar. We have an economy which is heavily service-oriented. But there are a lot of things that is going good for Kerala. I was actually speaking in an NRI meet a few days back at Kannur. And there was one bit of statistics that I was sharing, which is that if you look at the global remittances that comes to different countries, India is at the right at the top. But then in India, if you get, let's say, we roughly get around $135 billion in a year, out of which the two states that are right at top, almost head to head, one of them is Kerala. And Kerala contributes roughly 20% of that 135 billion. So that's a kind of money that expatriates, Malayalis are contributing to the Kerala economy even now, and that's always been the case. So that's a good story that has not gone bad. It's still going good. The second story where Kerala is really doing good is obviously technology, because we are in the services sector,
Right.
and there is a lot of activity that the state has been able to do in terms of promoting technology firms. We have 3 large IT parks in Trivandrum, Ernakulam and Calicut, and a lot of satellite hubs in various cities. As bankers, we are seeing a lot of potential. We are partnered with a lot of companies who have been bootstrapped here in Kerala.
Yeah.
There is a long way to go, I think, in terms of emerging tech, in terms of customer experience technologies. I think there are a lot of green shoots that I'm seeing. So with the kind of talent pool that is available here in Kerala, and with the advantages that Kerala has, everybody who visits, I'm sure Balakrishnan sir also has the same thing to say. Anybody, any client, any vendor or partner who visits us has a lot of regard for Kerala because of the challenges that other cities are going through. So I think that there is a lot of hope for Kerala in the years to come.
Okay, thank you, sir. And Balakrishnan, sir, over to you. I understand, it's the same sector, but again, I'm very curious to know, like, even in finance, something big is happening and something big is coming out. So, over to you, sir.
Adding to Sony's point, Kerala was never against the technology or any
Right.
implementation, though we have a lot of bad remarks on technology implementation, but especially service industries, they adopt to technology and proceeded. Now, if you look into the startup ecosystem in Kerala, I think it is actually one of the best in our country, and
Okay.
there are a lot of recognition they have obtained, and many people are actually into innovation and supporting business, etc. Even, for example, in neo-banking sector or a digital marketing and all, there are eminent people who are working in this sector. That means we are not behind. Then there are other areas. For example, Kerala, if you take the business ecosystem, probably the service industry, tourism, etc., are the main stream of revenue. Wherein actually probably agriculture has gone. I think even cash crops also, there is a lot of issues. The paddy and all those things, coconut also gone from us. So I don't think we don't have land, and we don't have people also. That's a big issue. Probably agri economy may not work at the moment, but there are areas where, for example, tourism, we have such a wonderful landscape. There are a lot of things we can actually work on technology. Service industry in our side, actually today, service industry, every every time it is actually scaling up their services, providing value-added services, reach is enhancing. All those things are actually part of the technology enhancement. Government is also promoting a lot of
Right,
things.
right,
Now
yes.
we have a very good connectivity. It was not the
Exactly,
case
yeah.
when we started, probably Sony also. When we started our career, it was a Herculean task to connect to two location. Now it is not the case.
Exactly,
So it is
exactly.
connected. And even if you look into the purchases of mobile phone and its use, is one of the top in per capita in technology investment is very high. The other issues related to, for example, migration of youngsters, all those things are totally different. Nothing to do with the technology landscape or Kerala's demerits on that. That we may have to bring an ecosystem to bring back to or hold them in our state.
Right.
That is, and manufacturing may not work in our because we don't have land. Cost of land is very high, and also the labor cost also very high. So that could be the reason. All other reasons which we are talking about may not have that kind of a merit on this.
Right, sir. Yeah, thanks for those missions, sir. Over to Jobin, sir. So he's a very familiar face, and sir, being the one of the largest NetSuite providers in India, I think you are always looking at technology or what's come next because that's what we do, right? So, what do you think? What's your take on what's coming beyond?
The direct answer to your question is Kerala can be the leader, or Kerala can be the first among the states in India in terms of technology in
Okay.
future.
Yes.
In 1991, India has opened its market to the world for, as Narasimha Rao has introduced liberalization and all sorts of new market or globalization things. India was utilizing its demographic dividend for proposing or for its growth by providing services. So that is why we are one among the largest nation in the world which is providing almost all the services which the world need.
Exactly. No,
Okay.
yes, that's very
Now
yeah.
the things is changing. So
Okay.
almost all countries, including US, India, or Pakistan, or any country, they are trying to be protective. Protectionist policies are they're introducing.
Right. Yeah.
In this time, we need to introduce products.
Okay.
India needs products. If India needs products, it needs education. And Kerala has a well-literate state, and it has got enough young minds, young entrepreneurs,
Exactly. Yes.
young talents to navigate that vision.
Exactly. That's even the vision of WAC Beyond too, because we see a lot of potential here in terms of resources, in terms of, funding, or in terms of technology background, even literacy. We are, people are literate here. So that's where we see the beyond, the limitless opportunity that we have beyond us. So now we have discussed about what's beyond, what's in the future. But I would like to know, specifically in our industries, whether we have the challenge of adapting to technology or shifting to the new way of thinking, and is there anything that is still holding back, okay, the AI is coming, and are people still there, okay, maybe it will slow the entire growth. So what do you think, Balakrishnan sir? I'll start with Balakrishnan sir. Yeah.
No, adopting technology in certain sectors, for example, financial service, without technology, it won't work today.
Okay.
So there is no choice for financial service, for example, banking, or in our industry, for that matter, any financial services. For example, in the case of capital market, after the formation of National Stock Exchange and Depository, everything is digitalized. So it is almost 3 decades of story.
Right.
But if you look into certain other industry, I happen to be very active in KMA for some time.
Okay.
So I found that around 80, 100 industries in and around the Cochin area where they are it's mostly family run or a partnership or small business. They couldn't grow and they couldn't actually attract markets. They can't bring more value. The reason is they are unable to adopt technology,
Exactly.
innovation, and also bring new talents to their environment. These are their limitations.
Right.
So very often the such business will get stagnated over a period of time.
Okay.
So there are enough and more examples in our cases.
Exactly.
So wherein actually traditional industries, for example, even our choir, actually we are still working in very, very, very old man. There are many areas, even the merchant establishments, so many areas where lot of people are reluctant to implement the technology. That is something probably awareness, fear of unknown. There could be, and technology is always comes with hype. So we need to understand where we are in the hype cycle. That
Okay.
is also there. So normally, one reason is actually technology providers. They create hype. They create jargons which a normal person do not understand.
Right. Right.
So they think that this is something beyond my control, so they may not adopt. So the entire ecosystem has to work on that.
Okay.
And they are losing market share. They are actually losing brand and all. See, the technology adoption, if let us take the food industry itself. We have not many hotels. But who is actually providing food for the household today? Swiggy or Tomato. What they have, they don't have any asset. They don't know how to make food also.
Yeah.
They,
Right.
they are actually created a new national value and platform.
Exactly.
And now even at the dinner table, they are thinking that Swiggy is providing us food. Not the real manufacturer, the product owner. And thereby brand is also getting killed. The original brand is getting unknown. So we need a lot of awareness creation on technology adoption and bring all of them into, for probably this kind of seminars and all may help them. But this is an unavoidable thing.
Exactly, sir. Yeah. Thank you. And of course, those points really adds value to, everyone present here, because this is an IT summit and, there is a key takeaway for every one of us. Thank you very much. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, I think, technology, the challenge is, as ABK was mentioning, when we started, technology was moving in a very incremental manner. So the adoption was easy. I mean, even though it took some time. But today, I think in the last few years and maybe a decade, I think there has been a significant disruption that has happened, which means the speed or the pace at which technology is moving is really frenetic, and it's becoming very difficult for everybody to adopt, whether you are on this side of the technology providing services or whether you are a client. In many ways, we keep saying that we are riding a tiger. I mean, you cannot get off it. And if you get off it, you get killed because, that's how technology is. For me personally, I think in my sector, in BFSI, I have two experiences. One is a little old, but then that's very ubiquitous in the form of UPI. When it started in 2016, we were the first bank to go live. We're very happy and proud about that fact. But then, at that point, nobody had a clue that this will reach this kind of, adoption level. And it took some tipping points, some strange events to happen. One of which was COVID, of course, which really catapulted that payment system into a different world. Till such time, nobody could think about this kind of an open system where non-banks can come and, actually process payments. And that was disruptive. So today, our problem is that we have a technology, a platform which is excellent, which is giving a lot of convenience. But it also means that, as Balakrishnan sir mentioned, the intermediaries in the form of Swiggies, etc., in case of banking, the Google Pays and the Phone Pays of the world, is actually owning the consumer mind space. So that brings us to the next thing. So, for example, in our bank, we follow a strategy of what we call as indulge, nudge, purge, and forge. There's a four-pillar approach where the last pillar, one is to indulge the customers who are very well versed in technology and digital to do things on their own. The second is to nudge those customers who probably don't think that technology is the best bet yet, but still to nudge them because they probably need a little bit better glide path. Purge is where we completely automate whatever we can at any given point of time. But the last one is purely drawn out of necessity, which is forge, which essentially means that I need to be in a space. Generally, it is said that any human being will probably spend 1% of their time doing banking in their year. So how do you actually expand that time? And the only way by which we can do it is to forge meaningful partnerships. So why I cite that is because when we partnered with the largest e-com in the country, it was very difficult for a lot of folks within our bank to understand this concept. You go to Amazon, you buy a product, and it's South Indian Bank which is funding that particular arrangement in the form of checkout financing.
Yeah.
After the initial reluctance and after the challenge of adoption, today we are looking at onboarding almost 300,000 customers in a very short period of time, which is almost half of what we normally do in a year. So this is the power of partnership. So everybody has to adopt, everybody has to understand that if customers are not coming to you, how can you be still relevant by being embedded in the journeys where customers go? So that is how transformative technology has become in banking.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And it says like always, change is the only constant and the only way is to, adapt to it. So over to you, Jobin, sir.
In terms of industry adoption to the technology, what happening in Kerala is that everybody is looking for technology, but they really don't know what they really require.
Okay, so everyone needs technology, but they're not sure like what exactly it is going to contribute.
85% of the industry leaders, they are very good in their core competency, but they are not good in technology. But those who are giving the advisory consulting to those firms should navigate, and it is their duty to give them proper advising on what are the technologies they should adopt.
Yeah.
Then only the industry will get the benefit from the technologies, which we currently we have.
Okay, so yes, of course, that's a challenge. Like we, as Balakrishnan sir also mentioned, there are one side there are too much of hype in regard to technology. The other side, like people want to adopt, but maybe there is an awareness issue where that's a gap where what exactly to be done, when to do, how to do, and whom to do. Who should be the partner.
Nowadays, everybody is running after AI technologies.
Yeah.
Okay, but if an industry need to adopt AI, they should have the data.
Exactly.
The data should be in the ERP or accounting or many systems. If that systems are not implemented within that organization, then how can they adopt AI?
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Thank you, Jobin sir. And I'm sure that is going to spark a wave of thought, within this crowd. Thank you very much. So coming to something different, because we already have the tech side discussed. There is a factor called people or the skill or the culture, that adds to the success, not just the technology part. So when we have now the technology massively, overtaking all this, because with AI, with the new changes, what would you think would be the percentage, of people, culture, and skill in an organization for its success? So over to you, Balakrishnan sir. What do you think?
See, for any, not only for technology, to become a business successful, we need people, and that too with the right mindset, and we have to provide them right kind of a skill training, and we should also provide them good tools. Otherwise, productivity will go down. So the first one, the mindset, that is what the culture is much. It is a super set of all those things. I don't think we have a culture issue. Culture is there.
Okay.
Actually, we but the problem is there is a mindset that top to bottom. For example, technology adoption or any kind of innovation, promoting innovation. There may be, when you do experiments, probably 3 or 4 out of 10 may fail. A failure should not distract us from further innovation.
Right.
These are all, we treat it as a part of our work culture or a organizational culture. We should promote. And in fact, there is also a saying that you act fast and fail fast so that you don't have to repeat the failure. Similarly, so that kind of a culture we have to adopt. That is something very important. Second is on the skill set. Skill set, it is our responsibility, every organization's responsibility for the continuous improvement of our people. That is unavoidable, and we have to motivate them to learn new methodology, processing, and technology, and even the collaboration, etc. Collaboration. See, when the social media and mobile phone, the entire collaboration mechanism has changed. And COVID taught us a lot of new collaborative mechanisms.
Right.
So these are all we are adapting to our culture. Now we have hybrid workforce. We are allowing certain people to work from home. And now the government also promoting work near home.
Okay.
All those things are coming. These are all work culture related.
Yes.
So what we need is actually we have to have a positive approach on all these things. Then only we will be able to become successful.
Exactly. Yeah.
And normally what is happening when the organization grows, the human resource department will become like a finance department. That is actually they recruit, they do separation, payroll management, they'll get into administration. But beyond that, there is something called human being that requires a lot of, we have to nurture them continuously.
Okay.
Then only whatever we think can be implemented.
Right. Yes.
So that is something very important for every organization, and that to continue to be there irrespective of AI will become a digital companion of every executive. Probably some job may disappear, but new jobs will come.
Exactly.
That is certain. That we have been talking about right from the inception of computers, even tractors. So that we were talking about job will go. We have not seen that. But certain type of jobs will disappear. Another set of job will come. What we need is actually training to get into that.
Exactly, sir. Yes. Adding to that, I think, AI is like setting that technology pace, but as sir rightly mentioned, it is that emotional thing or the emotional quotient that will make a difference later. Like, the empathy that we can bring into the culture, how we treat people, how each other take care of each other, and the creative side, of course.
Data is very important for example.
Right. Yeah.
If you take South Indian Bank or for us, we have years of data, how we can actually effectively utilize
Use that. Yes.
So then these tools will help us to create, for example, new models of upselling or cross-selling or creating new product, or how do we understand our customer. There are a lot of opportunities coming in. When you roll out new products, that means you are getting into new markets, new customers. You need more people.
Yes.
So that's actually cyclical.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And Sony, sir, we spoke already about the emotional side, or the people side, the culture side, and the skill side. So, do you think there is a shift that happened in that combination? Like now, like the technology adoption, that's first, and then comes the people. Because see, of course, AI may not be like replacing everyone, but there are things which AI can do better now with lesser human resource because they are going to be fast, incredibly reliable and productive and efficient. So, what is your take on that?
See, when we started, I was saying how disruptive technology can be. But then I think there is the other side of technology which is equally important, especially in today's world. We keep saying in our inner circles that technology is also a great leveler. It's a very democratic tool. When Sir and us started, we had to invest heavily in capital to actually bring up anything of scale. Today, with cloud, with SaaS, that's a thing of the past. Anybody who has an idea can actually start, and go to market strategy can be within few days,
right,
at the best. That essentially means also that whatever little edge that you believe you have in the technology world in terms of platforms, in terms of skill sets, can get nullified very soon by competition.
Okay.
Now, the only way by which you can still stand out, therefore, would be to complement the technology capabilities as a provider with value adds which are, as you mentioned, human. And when I say human, it means that, how much do I know about my customers? Sir talked about, tons of data that we hold in terms of what customers do. How much of that can give me insights? Again, the other aspect that is now taking shape is consent. I may have data, but I would still need consent from the customer to actually use it for his benefit. But if I'm able to crack that in the right manner, there is significant opportunity for standing out. The conference, I believe, is also about marketing. So in today's world, with technology actually creating so much of disruption, giving everybody who's in this field, giving only a few days time to, give that heads up in terms of an innovative product. The only thing that can stand out is what is it that you can give differently using the same technology.
Right.
User experience is a big thing. That extra second that you spend on a screen, if you can cut it down, because I understand you better than the rest of the world, that I think will give you a big differentiating factor. That probably is the reason why I still believe that, it may not be very proper to say that, but still to the south of our country, the taste, the culture that we have in terms of lot of varied interests that we have give us a little bit of edge when it comes to, by packaging the tech, the marketing, the customer experience in a nice manner. And I think Kerala will have a big opportunity there. And that's where I think all the entrepreneurs should start focusing on, rather than replicating ideas which is already there in the market and which has run its course. So to me, that is on the provider side. The skill set, sir, explained in a very elaborate manner, so I'm not going there. But one of the things that we need to remember is, even there, all that we believed was important from an academic point of view or from a job point of view is completely changed.
Okay.
Today, the time that it took from Gen AI to Agentic AI was 4 to 4.5 years. But in the next form, when you move to maybe physical AI or maybe sovereign AI, I think it wouldn't take more than a year or a year and a half. And then what is it that we are going to do? How are we going to add value to the jobs that we are in? And I think that's where the real human, brain power in terms of combining the left and the right brain comes into play. And there, I think if you're able to get it right, you can really stand out as an employee, as an entrepreneur.
Exactly, sir. Thank you very much. And, we'll get to the last question. We are running a little bit out of time. So, sir, we already discussed about adopting technology, of course, and, the awareness part and everything. But let me, just throw a few words which I just want to understand in, respective industries. What would be the order of the challenge? Like, in case of technology adoption, usually what we hear from the Kerala industries, like, either it's not affordable or it's not accessible or there is no awareness. So what is your take on that? Like, is it the awareness that's the only issue, or the combination of both? Or do you really think, affordability is the issue or the access is the issue? So I'll start with Sony, sir.
I don't think affordability should be an issue. That's why I started off by saying that anyone with a good idea,
Okay.
if they have to survive, I believe there is umpteen opportunity available because everything is, available at the click of a button. And it's pay as you go. So you're not going to end up burning a hole. In terms of awareness, yes. I do believe that entrepreneurs see, the problem is not only awareness about technology, the awareness about the ecosystem. And I'm sure Kerala has some brilliant entrepreneurs who have already cracked that code in terms of moving away from physical to digital well before that wave struck us. Right?
Yeah.
So I think, but it is still probably confined to a very limited number of people.
Right.
The
right.
traditional
So is that the access part, or?
Access, maybe because we are in this part of the world, maybe because, Kerala has still not reached that tipping point where we could say that everybody in terms of technology providers are here beyond the techno park. Yes. But I think that's a space that can be filled up by all the Kerala companies who are doing very well in tech rather than relying on the big MNCs or hyperscalers.
Thank you, sir. Balakrishnan, sir.
The order, if you are asking me, it depends on the industry.
Okay.
For example, in our service, we cannot say that we don't have access, we don't have affordability. None of the things are valid for us. There are industries actually, especially on, if you look into MSME sector or some manufacturing sector, etc. they have their own traditional way of managing their business. And they work in a limited market. Today, the marketplace has improved and marketing also changed. For example, digital marketing, which is unlike in the old-fashioned marketing. Today, your market and then logistics. A lot many things have changed. Packaging of a product. We used to buy crude product but today we are looking into various other attributes of a product or a service. It has to be packaged. It should deliver on time. It should have a value addition. All those things are changing. Therefore, technology is the only solution. That awareness gap is there in certain sectors.
Okay, right.
That is something to be filled. Accessibility, as Sony said, this is something again we have to fill. Big giants are not available here, but today that is not there is no geographic limitation to access technology. The affordability also, depending on how we can actually configure it. It need not be today. You know that even, for example, a good CRM. A lot of open source solution available, or there are methodology. Even there are small providers who can help them to implement. But when you implement all those things, there is another giant behind this, which is actually the security component. Probably that is also we may have to bring it into this, because today there are many people who are actually getting attacked in then they are actually taking back foot on certain things. That also to be create a great awareness to them, then only that will work.
Got it, sir.
Balakrishnan sir rightly said, awareness. Most of the industries work in a peculiar way which they are comfortable. So they are comfortable with doing some work, and they are not aware about the technological tools which is going to help them. So that kind of awareness, if we are able to give them,
Exactly.
they are ready to adopt technology. There comes the affordability. Affordability, why the businesses are finding it difficult to implement a system in their organization, because of the affordability. They are not being given the proper tangible and intangible ROIs, or tangible and intangible benefits which they are going to receive by implementing this system. If they are aware and if they are given the proper guidance, then the affordability barrier will be fade away.
Exactly.
Accessibility, there are technologies right now available in India. India is exporting almost $220 billion worth services and product to the international. And in India, we are selling only 20 billion. That is almost 10 to 15%. So accessibility is the product, the technology, everything is available here.
Right.
The awareness is the
main thing. So, there comes WAC Beyond. Let me just, iterate the entire vision behind WAC Beyond. So, why we started WAC Beyond is like we understand there is an issue of awareness because we have every other resource in place. When we speak with business owners or when we work with them, we feel that the potential is massive. The only thing is what should be done and what time and and that awareness part. So we thought WAC Beyond will be a start of something that is bigger and which can change the entire IT landscape of Kerala. And thank you very much, panel. It was really wonderful discussing with you all. And we started with the opportunities, and then we just touched the challenges, which I don't think anymore a challenge. And then something which we all work together to. About going beyond and making sure that we all use technology for the right cause. Thank you very, very much, panel. It was such a pleasure having you.